Right, 4 February 2025, and today I'm very excited to be giving you yet another update. Thanks to the power of Muve. Muve yakasimba mana. You have energy for days if you take this Muve. So now let's go into one of the most important developments that have taken place today. And this is to do with events in ZANU-PF. Mnangagwa attempted yesterday to fire war veteran, Blessed Geza. So there was an attempt yesterday to fire Blessed Geza, and this attempt has failed. Mnangagwa has failed to fire Blessed Geza from ZANU-PF and is a central committee member of ZANU-PF. And in fact, the Mashonaland West province, where Geza is coming from, is now begging Geza to withdraw his demand for Mnangagwa to step down. As you know, that Geza has gone out and made a statement, in fact, 2 press conferences, in which he said Mnangagwa must step down. So yesterday, there was an attempt, there was a meeting at which they attempted to dismiss him, but the resistance was so big that Marian Chombo, who is the National Disciplinary Committee chair, then had to abandon the whole process and appeal to Geza to withdraw his statement. So in his latest statement, Geza said the only 2030 that Mnangagwa is going to see is 8:30 on the clock. Mdara Simba uyu. Mdara Geza is the most powerful man within ZANU-PF and the most powerful man within Zimbabwe, and they failed to dismiss him. However, unfortunately, 2 people have been dismissed from ZANU-PF. That is Bhila here. So Bhila has been dismissed, and they have also dismissed Benjamin Ganyiwa. So Benjamin Ganyiwa has been dismissed for holding meetings in Gutu against ED 2030 and for also denouncing Mnangagwa. So there is an underground movement taking place within ZANU-PF where meetings are being held, what we call pungwes, that are being held against Mnangagwa. So in Gutu, the meetings were held by Benjamin Ganyiwa. He has been dismissed from ZANU-PF, and very soon there might be a by-election. Bhila has also been fired for the same reason. Bhila sitting there with his beautiful young wife. They've been fired from ZANU-PF. But I believe that these guys are going to be able to come back as soon as Mnangagwa is gone. Mnangagwa's days are numbered, and Mnangagwa is going to leave very, very soon. We are looking here at the first sign of loss of power by Mnangagwa, the failure by Mnangagwa to fire Geza. And these guys here, these war veterans, shows that Mnangagwa has lost power, and it's just a moment, a matter of a little push on Mnangagwa, and it's going to tip over. Mnangagwa is very weak at the moment. This is the weakest that Mnangagwa has ever been in the history of his presidency. And the mistake that Mnangagwa has made is to attempt to go for a 3rd term. And that 3rd term is the end of Mnangagwa. Right, so this is simple. They attempted to go to ZANU-PF to dismiss Geza on a press conference. They were chased. And after they were chased, they attempted to do that outside of ZANU-PF in their own province. And that did not gain traction. There is big opposition against any actions on war veterans. And war veterans are very strong. They are going to be the people that will give direction in ZANU-PF going forward. So I think that's clear. It's going to be short and sweet. Let me move to the news. And I want to start with Nelson Chamisa. Obviously, Nelson Chamisa had a massive birthday. And Chamisa is very humble. He's a very humble guy. Do you know that Chamisa goes to work and sits down at a desk and works? So yesterday, a young man went to Chamisa's office and he sang for him. So So if you go to the Chamisa news channel, so I always tell you guys, you go to your WhatsApp and you type, you go to updates, and you're going to see the Chamisa news channel. So you can see the young man there singing for Nelson Chamisa. And that was during lunch. So let me show you what happened. Nelson Chamisa, 47th birthday, doing very, very well and being consistent as a leader of the opposition in Zimbabwe. That was amazing. So you can go and watch the whole thing on the Chamisa news channel, one of my favorite channels. Every time Chamisa posts something, it will immediately pop on your phone. Amazing communication. I like it because anyone in Zimbabwe can do WhatsApp and Chamisa can directly communicate with his people. This is an amazing plan. I like it. I like what Chamisa has done with the Chamisa news channel. And also, let's look at the National Democratic Working Group. What have these guys done? So today they've not posted. Komaskala, you are becoming lazy. So that is a serious man. So anyway, that is Nelson Chamisa, and I like people who come out and publish. I believe that Nelson Chamisa is going to do very, very well, and his plan is sound. He is in the right direction. I like what Nelson Chamisa is doing, and unfortunately, here in South Africa, electricity is becoming quite erratic. South Africa was doing very well after the election, but because of the political choices that they're making, they are going to be in a lot of trouble, especially the fights that they're trying to pick with the United States of America. They won't win it. They will lose very badly, and the South African economy will suffer. Yesterday, you saw Gwede saying that they will mobilize Africa to stop sending minerals to the United States of America. I wanted to laugh, but it's not funny. It's not a joke. And this is because the United States of America has announced that they will no longer be sending aid to South Africa, and they will no longer be funding anything in South Africa. So the fight is there, but it's a useless fight because South Africa is going to lose. The rand is going to be hammered. So if you've got money in South Africa, just deposit it into your PayPal account. Like all the banks in South Africa are linked to PayPal. Just deposit your money in PayPal and wait. You will see after a year, your money will double. It will be parabolic. That is what is going to happen to the rand if they continue this fight with the United States of America. Now, I want to go into something that is making me very sad because this is two of my favorite persons or people. So, Fadzayi Mahere, I like Fadzayi Mahere. She is a young woman who has done very well in politics in a country where most people don't do politics. Most women don't do politics. So I'm just trying to find a picture of Mahere here so that we can put it here. So unfortunately, Fadzayi Mahere has had a fight with Prophet Advocate Joshua, and that's not a good fight. I don't like that fight because these guys are the two top lawyers in Zimbabwe. So if you've been watching, you realize that Fadzayi Mahere has reported Prophet Advocate Joshua to the Law Society of Zimbabwe. The Law Society of Zimbabwe is a useless organization. They do nothing. I've written them a letter of complaint myself, and they've done nothing about it. They are politically controlled. So it makes no sense for me that I write a letter to the Law Society of Zimbabwe and I don't get a reply for a whole year. However, Fadzayi Mahere is complaining that Prophet Advocate Joshua made a sexual advance or an unwanted advance or some sort of suggestive comment to her in a WhatsApp group, or they had some interaction, which I'm not clear about the case itself, because what I saw here is the letter from the Law Society. So it makes no sense to me, but this is a sad situation that I think could easily have been solved outside of this whole process. However, this is up to the two parties involved, and I don't interfere. What I know is that I know Prophet Avogel Joshua very, very well. And he's a very man of integrity. He's not going to do anything crazy. So I don't know what happened over there between the two guys, and I don't know what their relationship was in the past. So I've seen that some websites or pages are claiming that Prophet Avogel Joshua has previously or in the past asked out Fadzayi Mahere. So I do not know, and we'll see what Fadzayi Mahere says about this whole situation. So two top lawyers fighting over some sort of personal matter, and I'll try to find the actual document, the actual complaint, so that we understand what's going on over there. Crazy stuff that is taking place in the Law Society, but I actually personally I am disgusted by the Law Society of Zimbabwe. When I send a complaint to them, they do not respond, and they don't speak up when lawyers do some crazy stuff, like what is happening in the Zimbabwe Human Rights Association. Crazy, crazy stuff. And corruption among the lawyers are getting worse and worse. Guys, this is crazy. I cannot believe Gutu and Prophet Avogel Joshua are in a fight over love relationships. This is crazy and unbelievable. Now, let's see if the Herald newspaper is published. While I'm looking at to go on to my next story, the Herald newspaper or Herald Zimbabwe has not published. There is no Herald Zimbabwe. Okay, there is Herald Zimbabwe right now. So I want to take you through Herald Zimbabwe. But before I do so, I want to go into business. So business is collapsing in Zimbabwe. This includes the new Mahiya plant. The new Mahiya steel plant has suffered a stillbirth. Nothing is happening over there. And currently, steel is facing problems because of what is called mini mills. So many small companies are starting steel mills, and they're able to supply the market, which is making the big steel companies suffer. In South Africa, ArcelorMittal, one of the biggest steel companies in the whole, I don't know, the whole of South Africa, is closing one of its mills. So what is called long steel, and they are dismissing 3,600 employees. So in South Africa, in Zimbabwe, Mahiya plant was being built, and there was a lot of potential there. But because there is no market in Zimbabwe, because the industry is obviously going down, it means this Mahiya steel plant has suffered a stillbirth and it's struggling. So Mahiya steel plant is struggling. They don't know what to do, and it's a mess. So everything is a total mess. Everything is troublous in Zimbabwe. Then Andy Hodges is in the news almost every day. And I said, Andy Hodges must phone me. He didn't phone. So Andy Hodges is now accusing senior employees or senior management at Zimpapers of making advances or sexual advances to his staff. And he says that is one of the reasons why he was fired. These top managers at Zimpapers would approach his staff members and ask them out. So that is crazy. Why would you ask a junior staff member to go out with you? It makes no sense to me. So also there's this issue of cyberbullying. That is Tatina Babetera there putting out a statement on cyberbullying after she was hammered for what she did at the National Sports Stadium. Now let's look at, sorry, not National Sports Stadium. That is Heroes Burial or Heroes Burial, not National Sports Stadium. Now let's go to the newspaper. As I said, I want to quickly look at what is happening in the Herald newspaper. So the Herald is published, and what they're saying here is that Russia is backing Zimbabwe's bid for the United Nations Security Council seat. I don't know what is the purpose of it, what Zimbabwe seeks to achieve by being in the Security Council, but this is the headline over here. Russia backs Zimbabwe UN Security Council bid. And then this is the story I'm talking about. So I want you guys to look at the story that I was talking about. So they've recommended the expulsion of Geza, but they failed to do it. So it was supposed to happen yesterday, and they failed to do it. So it's saying here, nobody in Mashonaland West is supporting these shenanigans. As a province, we solidly stand firm behind the resolution to extend the president's 2 terms. So unfortunately, they failed to push this through. And as I said, Marian Chombo is now begging Geza to withdraw his statements. So that's all they want. They want him to withdraw the statements, and then they will let him go. But it won't work. The war veterans are very firm, and they are certain that Mnangagwa cannot go for a 3rd term. The only 2030 Mnangagwa is going to see is 8:30 on the clock. Mdara Zimbabwe, Mdara Geza. That man is going to go down in history as the man who saved Zimbabwe. Then Munetsi in big money move to EPL. So what is Captain Marshall Munetsi is set to be a benchmark for Zimbabwean players as he moved to PSL side over Hampton for 20 million euros. So this is amazing. 20 million euros for Marshall Munetsi, who's going to be moving to the UK, to the PSL in the UK. So if you're in the UK, you're going to be enjoying yourself watching one of our own people playing over there in the UK. Then in H Metro newspaper, so let's see what is in H Metro newspaper of Zimbabwe, the TMZ of Zimbabwe. So that is the 20 million dollar hardman. So that is the same story. Marshall Munetsi is also trending over here. So let me show you that story again. So it's a Trababalas day. A Trababalas day. Let's see what he's doing here. Let's see quickly there. So that is H Metro newspaper. I hope you can see that story. $20 million hardman. It's actually 20 million euros, not dollars in Poma. So this is Marshall Munetsi here, moving to Wolverhampton in the UK for 20 million euros. Amazing stuff. And these are the rest of the story here. And I won't read them for you because those chukwa nemkoma wangu. And you can go and check out this newspaper. It's got a lot of stories, including the story here that says a man claims his brother took his wife. There. You can go check it out. So if your brother takes a wife, is it a problem or not? I don't know. Guys, I don't know why someone would be attracted to their own brother's wife. It makes no sense to me. Too much in there. It makes no sense to be attracted to your brother's wife. So Adrian Mahere, 22, told Ishmael that his brother, Ezra Mahere Chamboko, 48, lured his wife, Tanaka Mtene, 22, and rented a house for her. Mdara ane 48, anos nature. Mukadzi wemunhu ane 22. As it make sense. Guys, if you're 22 you're a machine. I don't know why your wife will be snatched by Munane 48 years. Mdara, and 48 years makes no sense to me. So I think we've covered most of the stories here. Let's go back to Africa, and I want to look at what is happening in Botswana. So in Botswana, there's a very sad situation that is taking place there. And I want to take you to the case that is happening in Kazungula. So there is a very strange court case that is taking place where a woman, Susan Slowgrove, has shot an employee on the shoulder with a gun. She said it was a mistake. She was chasing some baboons, and she says she mistook one of the employees for one of the baboons and shot her on the shoulder. So she's 55 years old, and obviously she doesn't have money, and she has given only 200 pula to this employee who is now suffering and bedridden. So the family has gone to court to work out a compensation agreement. So this is the trending story in Botswana. And then Makwesi Masisi, the previous president of Botswana, is starting a school of ideology in which he's going to be teaching his understanding of politics, obviously from his godfather, Mnangagwa. Guys, did you guys go and look at DeepSeek? Today I'm going to have a lot of fun with DeepSeek. Let me show you. DeepSeek is dangerous. DeepSeek speaks Shona fluently. Like, that thing is a Shona. So let's see what DeepSeek can do. I want to show you guys DeepSeek. And what's it, guys, with what is happening. So that's DeepSeek there, right? I hope you're seeing enough of this screen. So let's say ask DeepSeek in Shona. Kuti Mnangagwa ari kuda kuenda ku third term. Zvinoita here. Right. Ndabvunza handiti. DeepSeek ichapindura. President Emerson Mnangagwa. No, taura Shona. Tumuti taura Shona handiti. Taura Shona. Taura Shona. Aha. Mapawanere. Guys, this is crazy. President Emerson Mnangagwa asati ataura pachena nezvechinangwa chake chekukwira chigaro chemutungamiri wenyika kwechitatu. Read this thing. It's Shona, fluent, no mistakes. And then what saka tomuita sei Mnangagwa akada third term. Right. Kachatiudza kachidaro. Right, tsanangura DeepSeek. Kana Mnangagwa akaedza kuzama chigaro kechitatu, zvinotora matano akati wandei kurwisana kubudikidza nebumbiro remutemo, kurwisana pasarudzo, kuratidzira. Kachinhu kakaipaka. Kukurudzira kushandiswa kwesimba rezvematongerwo enyika, kutsigira musangano unorwira kodzero dzevanhu, Zimbabwe Lawyers for Human Rights, kukurudzira kushandiswa kwesimba renyika dzakawanda, saka kuenda kune dzimwe nyika. This thing is talking and thinking, and it's giving you suggestions, and it's doing it in Shona. Tomumhanyisa here Mnangagwa. Tomumhanyisa here Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa abude muZimbabwe. Rekatoto tikachati tomumhanyisa here Mnangagwa abude muZimbabwe. Kana paine kushushikana kukuru nekutonga kwaMnangagwa, nzira yokumuita kuti abude muZimbabwe inogona kutora matanho akasiyana, asi zvinoda kufunga zvakadzama pamusoro pezvinogona kuitika uye nemugumisiro yazvo. Guys, do this thing. Go and have fun with DeepSeek. DeepSeek is not an AI. DeepSync is a machine. It thinks, it suggests, it strategizes, and is the most powerful AI ever. You know, Shona like a person. And if you are sitting on this side of the table and you don't know that it's an AI, you think that you're talking to Shona person. So deepseek.com, chat.deepseek.com, an amazing AI that talks Shona fluently, like with no mistakes. There is no spelling mistake. There's no grammatical mistake. I do not know how they do this thing, but this thing is going to be a game changer in the world. And the Western AI is in deep trouble. When I'm saying that deep trouble, I mean, it's literally, you can now take a body and put this thing as a brain, and you have a Shona person from DeepSeek, just from DeepSeek, and the whole thing is free. Crazy, crazy stuff happening on the AI side. Right, let me see if I've forgotten anything else here. Let's look at Victoria Falls. So Victoria Falls, we're going to be building houses over there. Homecoming. If you're in the UK, if you're in the United States, don't live in a house, a little house. Come home and have somewhere to stay. We're going to be having a tiny house, free land, and there's no payment for that land. All you do is pay a deposit of $300 a month. So 1,000 deposit, then $300 a month for 24 months. And you have a tiny house and ownership in the business. So become part of it. Then obviously move this thing chakasimba. Autongwe ema salad. Every morning you put a tablespoon in boiling water and you drink it. Then in the evening you do the same. Uno simba, chikisa. Masalad, ano kwara masalad. And you're going to go 7 days out of 7 days with your engine running. Right, I think I've covered everything. Yesterday there was the burial of the people that were killed by Happiness Chimbangu. That is the woman from Quadra Park who killed the husband and the 2 children in a rampage. And the government of Rwanda has showcased all the weapons that they've taken from the government of the DRC and from fleeing soldiers. So they've showcased the weapons. And I want to see if I can show you guys without showing the name of my sources. So let me show you guys what has happened. So here, they are showing all the weapons of the DRC that they've taken, South Africa, and the soldiers were fleeing. And I'll try to share this video after I have removed the identifiers of the guys who've given me this video. So the M23 doing very, very well over there in the DRC. So now let's look at the comments and then recap. Thanks Gabakwe for showing us DeepSeek. DeepSeek is very dangerous. I can tell you that. You pay for how many years for the housing scheme? That is 24 months, $300 after a deposit of $1,000. And then you get your tiny house, free land, and also you become part of the business. We're going to have a strip mall, and we've got a partner who's going to come and partner us in Victoria Falls. Why the SA people angry at USA decision to withdraw its aid? They claim to be self-sufficient. South Africa is not self-sufficient. The economy of South Africa is deeply troubled. The economy of South Africa is not growing, and there is no plan. So the South African government does not have a plan to grow the economy. They have a plan to maintain the economy. But for example, in South Africa, there's no high-speed rail. The country is not connected. Coming from one place to another takes long. So they need to put in place high-speed rail, and then they will have connection. Mr. Kamabo is the only one who tells us the truth every day. Thank you very much. And Scala was also caught into a money laundering scheme when he was released from prison and was beaten with a gold bar. Chamisa didn't go to Sapet to officially open a refuse bin. Yes, also Chamisa Chibaba, the man of the moment. And morning, Mr. Parabolic. Do you know that I was the first person to talk about the ZIG before it was launched? The ZIG is a fugazi. Do you remember that day when I told you that the ZIG is a fugazi? You cannot trade with an asset. That is because no profit. No profit as much Geza. Right, guys, I would like to thank all of you for watching. It's been an amazing day. Let's see if there's anything in the Chronicle newspaper. I don't want to leave without showing you the Chronicle newspaper. So that we see if something has happened. Maybe Mawadi alone, because you know, Singazi, Chronicle Zimbabwe. Mawadi is out of it. He's on oxygen, and very soon we are going to hear something about Mohadi. And then Paneta Nyaya. Okay, I think here in the Chronicle newspaper, what they've just done, they've taken everything from the Herald newspaper, but there is a story here that I have not covered because I don't know this young lady. She's called Zimpapers. She passed away, and I've never met her. I think she was a journalist, and all I know is that a burial was yesterday. Let's see what church this is. So let's see what church this is. She was buried in a certain church, and I can see these ladies here are Salvation Army over there at the back. So that is Zimpapers. She passed away and she was buried by the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs, Judith Ngube, at the Salvation Army Church in Mpopoma, Kobulawai. So that is what we have here. And obviously, my favorite people online, Mini. Let's see Mini, what Mini has posted. Mini Valoi has not posted anything since that time. And Sekuru Venanzo Mojani, always energetic, always on the road. And there are currently kidnappings taking place. And Venanzo Mojani was in Tete province looking at those families that are being kidnapped and taken away by Frelimo, those who have rigged the elections. And then let's see if President Hakainde Hichilema is returned from Japan. President Hakainde Hichilema traveled to Japan yesterday, I told you guys. And I can see that 12 hours ago, President Hakainde Hichilema said, fellow citizens, I arrived at Toyota Tuzo here in Japan. Tell us where you're watching from, and I want to show you the video of President Hakainde Hichilema in Japan at Toyota. So that is President Hakainde Hichilema over here. So let's show that video of President Hakainde Hichilema here.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Minister, Excellency.
Okay, Minister of Highway, right next to the President, and Honorable Mnangagwa, and Mr.
And that is the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Zambia, right? There's the second guy here on the left, next to President Hakainde Hichilema. And then that is the Toyota officials over there, doing very, very well. That is what the president is supposed to do, not to look for third term. Mnangagwa, right, guys, I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and please buy your Move. Do not stop drinking that thing. It's powerful. It's very, very strong. And I don't even want to explain. to those who know, they know. If you don't know, Gara wakadaro and uchaona zvinoitika kana bhebhi rako rikabatwa nemunhu anomwa mve unopinda patight. So guys, I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and I think what we'll do is we'll keep monitoring the situation. Blessed Geza is going to be the man to talk about for the next few days, and if they make a mistake here, they are likely to trigger something from the military. Blessed Geza is a very highly respected person within the military. Anamkoma Knox Chivero, Bernard Manyanza, Epison Nenji. These guys are the guys who started it all. They've started the removal of Mnangagwa. And yesterday, Mnangagwa's attempt to remove them has failed. No one is buying Mnangagwa's plan. And everyone is afraid to make a move on these war veterans. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And a good